Children don't choose to be born into poverty. In most cases, this is a life sentence, and the penalties are illiteracy, malnutrition, disease, low self-esteem, and lack of opportunity. Christel House is the vision of one woman, driven by a passion to make a difference. Our founder, Christel DeHaan, saw the hopelessness of children warehoused in a Mexican shelter. They couldn't optimize their human potential or contribute to making the world a better place. So, she created an educational model to permanently transform the lives of impoverished children by giving them the knowledge, values, and skills to become productive citizens. We want to strengthen existing programs and replicate our successful model to transform the lives of more impoverished children by partnering with like-minded individuals, foundations, and corporations. 4 overarching strategies drive our goals. Most importantly, we want our graduating students to become successful and self-sufficient. Then and only then is our mission accomplished. We also want to increase financial support to grow and expand. Next, we want people to think of Christel House when they think about eradicating poverty. And finally, we want to help more kids every year. Christel House is about the whole child. We don't just educate or feed or provide health care. We do all of these, just as we do with our own biological children. And we do this from early childhood through early adulthood. The results are worth it. Most of our children graduate from high school, and many go on to college. Others go directly into the workforce, but all are moving toward independence. We value the public's trust and hold ourselves to the highest levels of accountability and transparency. We call this the Christel House Donor Commitment. 100% of your gift directly benefits the children we serve. None is spent on overhead. Our commitment to excellence is the heartbeat of Christel House. We motivate staff, teachers, and volunteers around the world who work tirelessly and care deeply about our children and families. We're driven by 4 core values: respect, responsibility, independence, and integrity. We're transparent, accountable, metrics-based, and strategic. We set aggressive goals, and we measure our progress. Then we analyze the results and share best practices freely. And our results are long-term. Once the destructive cycle of poverty has been broken, generation after generation benefits. At Christel House, we focus on continuous improvement. We regularly collect and analyze data, then adjust our methods to ensure the best outcomes. We have a comprehensive policy manual that details rigorous procedures we follow worldwide. We develop comprehensive annual business plans that outline goals and strategies. And we measure our progress every single month, tracking factors like attendance and test scores. Our success is measured through transformed lives. Students who are first in their families to learn English or to graduate from high school. Students who have dignity, self-confidence, dreams, and ambitions. Students who give back to their communities and ultimately achieve self-sufficiency. Christel House is not an orphanage, and it is not a residential school. Children return to their own homes every night, where they share the lessons they've learned with their parents, siblings, and friends. Christel House is about much more than academics. It is also about values, behavior, and expectations. These lessons can transfer to families and communities, and this is one way we achieve a multiplier effect from our work. Also, many people don't realize what a long-term approach we take. It's an extraordinary commitment, but the transformations that occur make it worth the effort. These are lifetime changes, and the impact will be felt for generations. Every student who graduates from Christel House, enrolls in university, gets a job, and ultimately becomes self-sufficient is a major accomplishment. We consistently have a greater than 90% daily attendance rate and less than a 5% dropout rate. Our students' test scores are significantly higher than those of their peers attending public schools, and in some cases, even higher than those of privileged kids in private schools. Finally, almost all students graduate from 12th grade. After that, nearly everyone participates in a unique work-study program that gives them career and academic support while they're in school, working, or many times balancing both. Operating in multiple countries and cultures presents its share of challenges, the most difficult of which has been hiring highly qualified teachers and principals. For all levels of the organization, we hire staff locally. We believe this is the most effective way to connect with the communities and populations we serve. It's hard to find educators with an understanding of best practices as we define them from an American educational perspective. Consequently, we spend considerable time in teacher professional development. We reward and retain effective teachers in our schools. We want to build more schools to help more kids. Sometimes the needs can seem overwhelming, but every child we help escape poverty is one less who is suffering. We also have some big internal projects we need resources to accomplish. We'd like to document our character education and student leadership programs so they can be replicated. And we need external validation of our model. We see evidence of its effectiveness in the faces of our students every day, but we would benefit from an independent third party to study our work and help us tell the world that Christel House works. Christel House operates in India, Mexico, South Africa, and the United States, where there are millions more impoverished children who need help. But poor children in other developing and developed countries need help too. Anywhere there is poverty, there is a gap for Christel House to fill. We'd also like to participate in conversations about eradicating poverty through holistic education and human development. We hope to use our work to inspire like-minded organizations and to fight poverty around the world.